Terry Fox is going to be joining us here in just a second. Terry Fox is the founder of Fox Haven Aesthetics, where he helps men and women achieve natural rejuvenation through the principles of traditional Chinese medicine and modern wellness. As an experienced practitioner of acupuncture and holistic therapies, Terry specializes in anti-aging approaches that support the body's own healing system. His philosophy is simple. True confidence and beauty come from restoring balance inside, which naturally reflects on the outside. Terry Fox, welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio. How are you today?
I'm doing well. You make me sound so professional.
That's my job. That's my job. You are a professional, my friend. You are, and you get results with your clients. And I don't think anybody cares more about their clients than Mr. Terry Fox, really. So we're grateful that you're a part of the Naturally Inspired community. I want to talk about restoring energy and vitality when it comes to traditional Chinese medicine today. Is it true that aging reflects a decline in qi?
Yes and no.
Okay.
From a traditional Chinese medicine standpoint, we get our energy from two sources. One is the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the water we drink. And the other is called the Jing, or congenital essence, which is kind of the idea of genetics in Chinese medicine thought. So it's this energy that you get from your parents at the moment of your conception. And you only get a limited amount. And the idea is it's stored in the kidneys. So thus the kidneys are kind of like the batteries of the body. And the idea with aging is that as this essence depletes, that's how the aging process progresses. So the idea is that we want to live primarily on the energy we get from the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the water we drink, and not have to tap into our congenital essence, our batteries, our reserve. However, there's a lot of things in life that happen where we got to tap into those batteries, stress, anxiety, overwork, childbirth. Those kinds of things can really make us have to tap into our reserves and can age us.
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. I was talking to somebody today, actually, that was talking about a kidney stone. Is there any meaning to getting a kidney stone that, is outside the what people might know? Is there any, what is it stress then? Because if you're taxing your kidneys, would that cause a kidney stone? Explain for me.
There's probably I've probably got teachers who could give you a better answer on that. For me, stones can be what we would consider conglomerations of phlegm and dampness, and those are usually generated internally via the diet. And so the things that we eat, for example, if you're drinking a lot of green tea, we hear that green tea is like super healthy for you, but green tea also contains a lot of, what is it,
oxalates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those, of course, can then coalesce in the kidneys and create stones. And I can speak to that from personal experience.
Yeah,
no worse pain I've ever had than a kidney stone.
Okay. And so can you help people with kidney stones with acupuncture, or just is it with pain that you can help them with?
I can kind of, if they've already been seen by their medical doctors, I can kind of help with some of the pain. But as far as, getting a stone passed and that sort of thing, Chinese herbal medicine can be helpful. But I wouldn't necessarily claim that I can get rid of somebody's kidney stones or really make a significant impact. I mean, again, herbal medicine can be very helpful for that sort of thing.
Yes, berberine, I've heard, is very good for that. And
certainly not my forte, so I'd end up having to refer probably to somebody like my buddy Chris Valesky over in Longmont, who's a fantastic Chinese herbal medicine expert.
Amazing. Amazing. I love that. Let's move on to the liver. Okay, because a lot of people deal with liver things. They feel pressure on their liver, or they are having inflammation, or fatty liver is a big thing these days. So, talk to me a little bit about the liver when it comes to traditional Chinese medicine, because it's not just a detox organ, is it?
That's right. We see the organs a little bit differently in traditional Chinese medicine. I mean, these ancient Chinese docs did not have the sort of tools that we have to research the organs. And in fact, it was kind of taboo to cut open a body and take a look at these sorts of things. But the idea in Chinese medicine is that the liver is responsible for making qi flow freely and smoothly through the body. And so, sort of like the how the heart pumps the blood, the qi gets pumped by the liver. And so we want our chi flowing freely, smoothly, constantly, clearly, like a good, clean, clear mountain stream.
Mm,
And what happens is when we get stress, that's like putting the brakes on that flow. And if you're
right.
driving your car with the brakes on, that
It's
creates a lot of friction,
smoking. Yeah.
creates a lot of heat, and then that heat generated internally causes all sorts of problems. We get what's called liver qi stagnation. That's the initial stage of it. And that can turn into liver fire. But these things can show up as headaches, as red eyes, as migraines. You were talking about migraines earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Migraines have a big root in the liver, according to traditional Chinese medicine. So when we take care of the liver, it starts coursing the qi well. The liver also helps store blood from a Chinese medicine standpoint. And blood and qi are a yin yang pair. They're essentially the same substance. One just happens to be more material, the other one's a little bit more ethereal. But the liver helps store that blood. When you have good liver blood, your ligaments and connective tissues are well nourished. Your eyes and your vision are also well nourished because the liver controls the eyes in traditional Chinese medicine thought. So, if you've got floaters in your vision, for example, that's an indicator that you might have some liver blood deficiency. Or if you're having a hard time seeing at night, when dusk hits and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, I got to put on some glasses. I don't know what's going on. That can also be an indicator of liver blood deficiency. And so,
Mm.
things like Chinese herbal medicine, eating foods that can help nourish the liver. Chinese medicine, like treats like. So, eating good organic grass fed beef liver is a beautiful thing. Pumpkin Creek Ranch, uh,
Yeah.
those people.
They're amazing people. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the fact that how does a healthy liver support aging, healthy aging?
Well, when your liver is functioning correctly from a Chinese medicine standpoint, again, your qi flows freely and smoothly, and qi pushes the blood. And so when your liver, from a Chinese medicine standpoint, is functioning effectively, so is your circulation. And when you've got good circulation, then your cells are better nourished. You get the blood flowing well. If your blood circulation's doing well, your red blood cells are holding more oxygen, your white blood cells are acting effectively for your immune system. Liver function is very important when it comes to aging. So we definitely want to take care of our livers.
It's kind of a whole body approach, right? When it
Yeah.
comes to aging. I mean, we have this, modern day society that thinks that we can kind of like cut out aging, literally with a scalpel, right? Cut out aging, fill in aging, blow up aging, implant aging to get rid of it, right? But the truth is your body still knows what time it is, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You can't stop the clock. With aesthetic and facial acupuncture, you can kind of slow it down a little bit. But as you said, if we're injecting or cutting or implanting, uh, it gives the illusion of slowing down the clock or stopping
Hmm.
the clock. But really, what it's doing is it's speeding things up. These foreign implants or these toxins that we're putting in our faces, or God forbid, other places in the body, they speed the aging process. They're toxic.
That's right. That's right. You're not doing what you think you're doing when you opt into those toxic procedures. Stay tuned, everybody. This conversation is going to get even more interesting. So stay tuned. This is Terry Fox with Fox Haven Aesthetics. Take the Foxy Skin Clarity Quiz. The link is in the chat. Go to foxhavenaesthetics.com to take it online. We'll be right back. We're talking to Terry Fox from Fox Haven Aesthetics. He's got a little skin clarity quiz. I'd like you to take it. I think you'll find it beneficial. Go to foxhavenaesthetics.com. You can find it there. It's also up in the chat. Terry and I are aligned in our missions. And one of those things that we really agree on is connecting women to real solutions for beauty without pharma. We both see this, train coming down the tracks, ready to do a lot of damage to a lot of people. And it feels predatory to us that people are getting sucked into this and not, they're doing it because they want to feel better about the way they look, but they're not being given really true informed consent. And so Terry and I are going to do a summit. Let's bring Terry back on. We're going to do a little, what I'm calling a skincare summit. And this is going to be September 17th. We're going to host it on Zoom, so you can join us. Anybody can join us. And we're going to go through the strategy that you can implement for anti-aging. Because you do not have to give up your health to see results. You're a synergistic being. And when you are just, hammering away or needling away, injecting away at these lines, you're not getting long-term results for that. It's something that you have to keep doing, and you're actually doing damage to yourself. What Terry offers is a solution that builds up your body. It actually, let's talk about it, Terry, a little bit. So talk to me about the benefit of facial acupuncture combined with collagen. What happens when you put those two things together?
When you put those two things together, beautiful things happen. Health is beauty. That's the core of the aesthetic facial work that I do. Traditional Chinese medicine helps build your health. And when we're needling locally in the face, we're also increasing local circulation. We're stimulating the muscles so that the muscles and the skin get better tone. And then when you're taking the collagen on top of that, well, you're giving your body the nutritional building blocks that it needs to regenerate. And so when you add in the acupuncture, and then of course I've got a lot of other tools that I use as well: LED red light therapy, electro acupuncture, so electrical stimulation using voltage, adding voltage and energy, chi, to the body so that it can then start using that. When you've got the energy and the nutritional building blocks, man, good stuff happens. It is just fantastic to see.
Yeah, I'm going to invite everybody who's watching on Facebook or social media or in the chat here on Restream to drop the word summit. And I know Terry's streaming on his Facebook right now. And if you want to drop the word summit in the comments, then Terry can follow up with you and make sure that you get the link to join us on September 17th, because I like giving gifts Terry. I don't know. I'm really good at picking out gifts, and I'm going to be giving gifts away at the summit, tools that you can use, in your Beauty Without Pharma a journey. And it's going to be so amazing to be able to listen to real strategies. There's another component to this that I want to talk about too. I mean, we can talk about we're going to talk about what people are putting on their skin, on the outside of the skin, collagen, what they're putting inside their bodies, right? Because it's a synergistic approach, isn't it? Health like this.
Yes. Yeah. It's, again, Chinese medicine, we talk a lot about yin and yang. In this case, we're talking about both the outer and the inner. And the inner gets reflected on the outer. But there's a wonderful relationship between the two. And so what you put on your face matters, but also what you put in your body matters.
Exactly.
It all works together.
Exactly. And the other layer that I've been talking about quite a bit on this show, Terry, is this kind of like almost like I hate to say it like this, but it's almost like self-loathing, because there's this standard of beauty that has been projected out there, and it's strong, right? It really is everywhere on Instagram and all the social media places. And the standard of beauty is starting to get to a point where everybody's looking the same. And if you don't look like that, you're like, oh, I'm kind of the oddball out. But what that really is like a self-loathing for your true self. And so maybe with some of the acupuncture too, we've talked about the tie into emotions, right? So maybe you can talk a little bit about using acupuncture to release some emotions too, like forgiving yourself. We're so hard on ourselves, and that kind of self-loathing shows up on your face.
You bet it does. I'm a really big believer in. Well, I tell my patients, look, you are a divinely created child of God, and God doesn't make junk. The person that you are is beautiful because you are unique. And so when we get into this whole homogenization of beauty, because yeah, everybody does the Botox, everybody sees the same plastic surgeon, they all start looking very similar. Where's the authenticity? And it becomes, okay, well, I need to start loving myself, taking care of myself. And as you start building that self-love, and like Dr. Jordan Peterson talks about, treating yourself the same way you would treat either someone you love or your pets.
Yeah, you're way nicer to your dogs than you are to yourself is what I find out with a lot of people, and this is, you want to get your glow on, then I know it sounds corny, but like start valuing yourself. Start pouring love into yourself. Because I'll tell you, there's a great example of this. Do you remember the movie Dirty Dancing, Terry?
Yep.
Okay. Remember Jennifer Grey?
Yes.
She was this very unique looking, beautiful woman. And growing up watching that movie, all us girls just thought she was great. We thought she was beautiful. We thought she dressed awesome. Like we just loved her. And she went for the plastic surgery because clearly she had some self-loathing about her nose and her face. And she changed herself so much, I didn't recognize her anymore. And that totally changed her career. And so we need to redefine beauty. It isn't, like you said, just this homogenous version of beauty that everybody's just falling into. Like embrace your unique stuff because it's what drew everybody to her.
Yes.
And she kind of ruined it.
Unfortunately, we see a lot of that with Hollywood and these celebrities. They feel like, we could go into this whole deep psychology about self-worth and then outside external pressures and programming from media sources. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's a whole lot of head and heart issues that go along with this.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably talk for hours on.
Yeah. Just that alone. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the synergy between modern peptide support and acupuncture.
Peptides are great. That's that's all
They're
I.
amazing.
They, I mean, in the same way with the collagen, these peptides work very well synergistically with your body and can really do a lot to bring nutrition and hydration into the tissue. And I've been using them myself. I've been seeing some really nice results on the lines just on the corners of my eyes here. And I haven't had to do much needling on them because the peptides have been working so well.
Wow. So you've got a lot of tools in your toolkit there. You help people in person, but you also help people online, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. When it comes to my Get Foxy Skin Clarity quiz, that's a mouthful, but I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
You can take this quiz and it'll help you kind of figure out, okay, do I need acupuncture? Do I need products? And then we can talk and I can get you products online. I can get you hooked up that way. So you don't necessarily need to come directly to my office, although that is a help.
Perfect. Well, everybody, I hope you're going to join us. We're going to be talking about the summit September 17th. This is about skincare. If you've been considering talks, wait. Join us September 17th. Thanks so much. Everybody visit foxhavenaesthetics.com. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.